It is called the Tour de France of mountain bike racing, and it just wrapped up in South Africa. It's a grueling 8 straight days of racing called the Absa Cape Epic, and 2 local racers did very well just getting back.
Brian Koder, co-owner of Joyride Bicycle in Lacey, Washington, along with his co-worker Luke Brechwald, are here to tell their story about what it was like to take part in this incredible race in South Africa. Good morning to both of you.
Morning, guys.
You survived.
We survived.
You made it back home. So it's called Team Joyride is the name of your team. Tell us what it was like to compete for 8 days, and you were telling me that some of the longest days included 9 hours of being on a mountain bike.
Yeah, it's just constantly day after day after day. We do, individual long races on our own, but today, or, for 8 straight days, it's just, you recover one day, you ride, recover, eat, and then you go do it again. So it was quite the experience, and you just kind of got to plug yourself away for every day of riding.
Yeah, so it's 70 miles, 6,000 feet of elevation change. Luke, hard on your body?
Really hard on the body. Yeah, absolutely. It's just day after day of just that constant kind of beating, and it's really rough terrain out there. The trails are just really, really rough, and even like the roads are just washed out and really rough. So no easy days, no free kilometers is what we were saying.
Yeah, Brian, you alluded to some tough days that you had. You had some nutrition problems. Also, the heat was difficult too. Can you talk about how you were able to try to preserve that energy and avoid getting sunburned?
Yeah, some of the biggest problem we have being from the Northwest is we train in the weather that we have all winter. So we had snow and rain and wind. We get there and it was pretty mild, so probably only 75, 80 degrees. Pretty mild for them for their summer. There was definitely one day where our computer said it was 108 degrees.
108 degrees.
And you've got to go full bore.
Yeah,
full bore. So we
fully exposed, and they said it was a forested area, no trees, just and climbing. The day had, I think, per kilometer, the most climbing per kilometer.
That's great. I mean, you hear about the Tour de France cyclists. They're eating like 10,000 calories a day and things. I mean, tell me about. Brian, you were saying you had some issues with eating. What's that mean?
Yeah, there was one day where I probably had half a croissant and 1 egg and maybe a piece of toast for breakfast. And then out on the trail, it was basically water, some Endurolite tablets to keep my electrolyte levels up, and then kind of whatever I could get to kind of get through the day. It took us so long because I basically didn't have any energy that day.
So why not eat more?
Well, my stomach was not going to be super happy. It was the big balance was trying to figure out what would stay down and not come back up, and then actually be able to ride and exercise and keep putting out power all the way through that day.
That is crazy.
Did you have any issues, Luke, with that, balancing what you could keep down?
I was lucky enough not to. I've had those days though. I think anybody that's ridden bikes that long have had those days, and so I was totally right there with him. I just felt bad for him, and so just staying right there, like kilometer after kilometer, every single, just keep going, just keep ticking the pedals over, and got through it. Luckily though, I was really lucky.
Yeah. So again, in the end, after all these miles and all the work in South Africa, where did you guys finish? How do you feel about your finish?
I think our first goal going in was to actually finish the race, and we accomplished that.
Nice.
We talked yesterday about where we ended up placing, or my one rough day kind of made us reevaluate us just finishing. So we actually got a lot of time to really enjoy the aid stations that they provide, meet the people, hang out and talk, because it was trying to kind of keep fuel going in. Yeah. So we really spent a lot more time talking to people and chatting, along with riding. So I think we experienced a lot more stuff by me having a bad day, and then getting out there and continuing on, and just continually meeting people, amazing people during the whole event.
Locals actually come out, and so along the entire course, no matter where you are in the field, there's a local there ready to give you a high five, cheer you on. Our names are on the back of our jerseys, so they would cheer us on by name.
Oh, that's great.
That was really neat.
It is amazing how something like that, so simple, keeps you going, right?
Yeah.
Just when you need it, right? You just need somebody to yell your name and say, "Way to go, keep going, you can do this."
I love it. All
I know
right.
this is really incredible that you guys did this, so congratulations on finishing.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks for coming in too. Brian Koder, co-owner of, let's get the name of the bike shop, Joyride Bicycles.
Joyride Bicycles, Lacey, Washington.
Thanks you guys for coming in.